We find ourselves now in one of the darkest periods in Jewish history. The good news is that the darkest time of night is just before dawn. And we know that Mashiach is about to come and bring peace into the world. No more wars, no more fighting, everybody will be healed. But right now, it's the darkest time in Jewish history. We have these hostages coming back, murdered, dead, butchered by these Hamas monsters, and we're in so much pain. The Torah tells us, by divine providence actually, this month is Purim. This is the month where we're supposed to be happy. So we can learn a tremendous lesson from the Megillah. Here it is. The Megillah is called Megilat Ester, the Megillah of Esther. Now, Esther was the queen. She was the one who saved the Jews. But the Talmud says, where do we know Esther from? From the words Haster Aster, which means darkness. I will conceal a double darkness. In other words, sometimes when it's dark, you come into a room, it's dark. You know that it's dark. So you know what you need to do is turn on the light and there'll be light. But sometimes the darkness is so dark that you don't even realize that you're in the darkness. And that's dangerous darkness. You know, the story is told, once upon a time, the Razah was the son of the Maggid Mimizrich. He was playing hide and go seek with his friends. And at one point, he comes home crying to his father. His father says, "Why are you crying?" He says, "I'm playing hide and go seek." "Well, so what's wrong? It's a beautiful game." He said, "My friends stopped looking for me, stopped searching for me. I hid so well that they stopped searching for me." So the Maggid Mimizrich said, "Wow, this is a tremendous parable, because we've hidden so well, God's hidden so well, that we have stopped searching for him. This galut, this exile, is so deep and it's so painful and it's so dark that we've stopped searching for God, and that is the real tragedy. That's the real problem." So Haster Aster means a double darkness. Now, once upon a time, there was a king who had a beautiful daughter and he wanted to get her married off. So he brought her all these different kinds of suggestions. He brought her the prince of this neighboring kingdom and the prince of that neighboring kingdom. And the princess, for everyone, she said, "Oh, this one, I don't like his looks. This one, I don't like his nose. This one, I don't like his character. This one's too tall. This one's too short." Eventually, the king, exasperated, says, "The very next person to walk into the palace is going to be your husband." And he was thinking he's going to bring another prince. But the next person who walked in was the local peasant, the farmer. And the king, true to his word, forced his daughter to marry this peasant. So after the wedding, this farmer takes her to his house, which is a hut, a shack in the middle of a field. And the princess, that's used to lying down on a bed of silk and pillows and being comforted by all her servants, being pampered, is now lying on the floor in a bed of straw. And she's crying, she's upset. The roof is leaking, there's rain coming in, she's cold, there's no heat. This is not the luxurious life she's used to living. So her husband realizes that his wife is upset, and he loves her. He really loves his wife. So he goes out and he says, "I'm going to buy my wife a present." Comes home that day, tells his wife, "Close your eyes, put out your hands. I have a beautiful, beautiful present for you." She's thinking, "Oh, probably bought me a diamond necklace, a diamond ring, earrings, something of my caliber." And she puts out her hand, and he puts inside it a delicious tomato, which is the most luxurious item he could think of, a tomato. She opens up her eyes, she sees a tomato there, and she starts crying. She starts crying because this guy doesn't even live in her world. He doesn't even realize why she's so upset. He doesn't realize that what she wants more than anything else is her pleasures, is her riches, is her power. And this, explain our sages, is a parable for us. You see, our soul was basking in divine radiance up there, enjoying divine bliss. And one day God came to the soul and said, "I'm marrying you to the body." And the soul said, "I don't want to get married to the body who's the peasant. I want to stay up here." And God said, "I don't give you a choice. There's a mission you have to accomplish in this world." And so we are here in this world married to the body. And the body senses that the soul is in pain. So what does the body do? The body acquires another car. and another house, and another $100, and another $1,000, and another $1,000,000. And each time the body comes back with material pleasures, the soul feels, oh my God, that's a tomato. What I really want is to perform Torah, is to do a mitzvah. When I put on tefillin, when I keep kosher, when I put a mezuzah on my door, that is what that princess is yearning for. So we're living in darkness. We don't even realize that we're in darkness. We're blind. So comes along Esther. And what does Esther teach us? You see, Mordechai comes to Esther and he tells her, go save the Jews. You're in a position of power. There's Haman issued a decree against the Jews to annihilate every single male, woman, and child in one day. Something that even Hitler couldn't dream of, because Haman ruled over all the Jewish people in the world. There was nobody to escape to. Even Pharaoh didn't do it. Nobody else in history could do it. Haman could. And when Mordechai finds out about the decree, he tells his wife, go speak to your husband, the king. And she says, it's too difficult because my husband is crazy. For 30 days, he hasn't called me. Only if he calls me or anybody can you come to him. If not, he may kill me. And even me, yes, his wife. He killed his first wife, Vashti. Why wouldn't he kill me? So Mordechai tells Esther powerful words. He says, it could be that your soul came down into this world for this moment to save the Jews. And you should, if you don't do it, salvation will come from somewhere else. But we're giving you the privilege, the honor, the merit to go save the Jews. So Esther is convinced and she says these words. She says, I'm going to go. And then the Megillah says, V'chasher avadati, avadati, which we read in a Tisha B'Av song. What she meant to say is that till now, I came into the king. I came to my husband because I was forced to. I didn't have a choice. My husband forced me to marry him, to be with him. But now is the first time I'm coming to him from my own will. So I'm going to sin with him from my own volition. So till now, I lost this world, but I didn't lose Olam Haba, the future world. Now I may lose the future world as well. But it says in the Talmud that when she came into Achashverosh's palace at that moment, which was full of idols, the Shekhinah, the divine presence of God, departed from her. And she then said the words that we say in Tehillim and Psalms, but really it's attributed to Esther. Keli, Keli, Lama Azavtani, God, Almighty God, God, why have you abandoned me? Esther was in her darkest moments. She felt that God had abandoned her. The divine presence was no longer with her. She felt abandoned. Keli, Keli, Lama Azavtani. You know, there's a song which we sing today. Vafilu ba'astara, even in the darkness. Shebesoicha astara, which is in the darkness, double darkness. Bevadai gam sham nimtza Hashem yizbarach. We're in so much pain. Am Yisrael is in so much pain. We're in the darkest time of exile. We're 2,000 years into this exile. We're in so much pain. We witness so much bloodshed and horror and murder of our own people. And we feel the pain because we are all brothers, we are all sisters. And it's here that Esther teaches us that even in the darkness, even in the Esther, what do we call it? Megilat Ester. Megilat means revelation. You reveal that God exists even in the darkness, even in the pain, even in the turmoil, even when you can't see, God is there. The Megillah doesn't have God's name at all. It's the only book in the Torah that doesn't have God's name. Because it seems dark, but you should know this, God is there every step of the way. When you look at the story of the Megillah in hindsight, you realize, oh, Mordechai overheard the plot. Oh, Esther was chosen to be the queen. You can't pinpoint, what was the story? What was the miracle of Purim? Hanukkah, you can pinpoint. The Maccabim defeated a mighty army. The oil lit for 8 days. Passover, you can pinpoint the miracle, the 10 plagues, splitting of the sea. Shavuot, the miracle of the giving of the Torah. Every holiday you can pinpoint the miracle, but Purim you can't. Because God was to be found in those footsteps, in your life, in those darkest moments. And the message for us is today, that sometimes you think, oh, where is God? He's not here. I can't see him. I need him to be here to help me, to be with me. Know this. Megilat Ester, our purpose, our mission in life is to reveal that in the darkness, in the Esther, there is God. And when you really and truly open up your eyes, you'll be able to see that every business decision you made, God was there. Every bad thing that happened to you in your life, you lost your job. It was difficult for you to find, you lost your relationship. It was difficult for you to continue to endure. Wait and realize that God is there every moment of the way. It says, if you read the Megillah and you think that it's not pertinent for us today, you don't fulfill your obligation, because the Megillah is a story happening today in our lives, right now. The Megillah is, and that's the message, that even in the darkness, we're able to find God.